Well, welcome back to Bradborne. I mean, Bradborne. Sorry for all the people out there who got overly excited. This is not Bradborne. That's actually on Fridays we do that. So tune into Bradborne on Friday. For now, though, we're going to do Bradborne. Playing some Bloodborne. Last time he got he got a taste of what a lot of Soulsborne players know, which is that basically I'm not doing this anymore. Frustration. He didn't do too many attempts at the Blood-Starved Beast, but he did enough to where he was like, I'm going to set it down for tonight and come back to this.
Yeah, that first. I'll be honest with you. Bloodstarved Beast had me beat after our first encounter. I did
Yeah.
not. I didn't recover from that first loss because I feel like I could have pulled out a win on that one, and I was really disappointed in myself.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, have you ever seen the movie Tin Cup? You can go ahead and continue. I'll tell the story while it's loading. There's decent loading screens in this game. You ever seen the movie Tin Cup?
No, I'm not even familiar with it.
Tin Cup is a sports movie. It's got Kevin Costner. It's about a golfer. Wow, that loads fast. I'm so not used to that. God, you look great, dude. Look at you. You got Gascoigne stuff on. You look kind of like a librarian dressed up as Gascoigne.
I'm like a cosplay. I'm like a cosplaying librarian.
Seriously, I feel like you're either gonna like kill some beast or like serve me a couple of, beer, like Hefeweizens or something. Anyway.
So, sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to let you know what I'm going to do quick. I notice I have some blood echoes that I don't feel like losing over and over, so I'm just going to do one quick lap here and grind up to the point where I can just level up or buy something cool. So go ahead.
All right, we push that cursor up just a smidge for me. It sounds and looks very good, by the way. No, it's all right.
Is that all right? Does that work?
Yeah, that's good.
Bottom corner? How do you want it?
Yeah, that's bottom right corner, like it totally disappears. That's perfect. Very nice. All right, well, while you're farming or doing whatever you want to do, I'm going to talk about Tin Cup. So, in the movie Tin Cup, there's a very famous scene at the end. Spoiler alert for Tin Cup. I don't know, it's been out for like 30 years, whatever. Kevin Costner plays the character Roy McAvoy, and he's kind of known as like this golfer who, takes a bunch of chances, gets like easily frustrated, and at the end of the movie, but he's a very good golfer. At the end of the movie, he's in the U.S. Open, and he has a chance to win it. And there's like this really long kind of par 5 shot on the 18th hole, and he hits the ball into the water. And instead of just going up and taking a drop and continuing to have his chance to win, he just like asks for another ball, and he just keeps like pounding balls in the water. He's frustrated. Like his level of frustration is causing him to just hit shitty golf shot after shitty golf shot. He hits like, I don't know, 6 or 7 balls in the water before the caddy basically says, "This is your last ball," And in professional golf, if you run out of balls in your bag, you don't get to even finish. That's it.
Really?
Round's over. You get nothing.
Wow.
You're disqualified.
And is there a limit to how many balls you can carry, or do they just bring a wheelbarrow, or how does that work?
No. There is. I don't remember what the number is, but there's a limit.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
So, but then he kind of steps back. The caddy even goes like, stop fucking around and just do it. And so he kind of collects himself, squares up, and hits a perfect shot that literally goes in the hole for a 13. It's a spectacular end to a movie because it's like this celebration of one of the worst scores on a golf hole that you could possibly get. I mean, that's like an octuple bogey or something.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's crazy. But because he made that, and the whole point of this story is that that's kind of how bosses work sometimes in Souls games. In Souls and Bloodborne, is that sometimes you get into this routine of like where you just are getting kind of so frustrated by the boss that instead of like taking a step back and collecting yourself, to like think about like what's working and what's not and the moves, you just start just like pounding away at it, just hitting it in the water over and over again.
That's how I felt. Like I was just clobbering it with like a blunt object instead of like
that's exactly
dancing
how I
through it, you know?
And that's why there's this thing in Souls games where like when people put the controller down, they go, I'm not fucking doing this anymore tonight. And
Right.
they come back then like the next day, it's because they've just been sitting in bed like thinking about it, like you can't not stew on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
think
it
about
does hurt your pride.
Yeah, you're sitting there thinking like, what the fuck was I doing wrong? Like it was like right at the end, like I was right there, and then I felt like I was just mashing buttons.
Yeah.
And so when you come back the next time, and I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not trying to jinx you, but what happens is that you come back, and I'm like the first couple of attempts, your senses are more back in tune, like where you're more relaxed and you can actually think through the fight better.
Yeah.
So, all I'm saying is that I bet you do better than you think you will tonight with this fight.
I sure hope so.
And that is your. I should put like something on the screen. And that's your long-winded hunter story. For the okay? That's me fucking over-explaining something.
Sure.
That didn't really need to be over-explained. But I like to draw that comparison because it always reminded me of me playing a Souls game. I gotta tell you, man, don't be afraid to like get that fucking hammer out and jump hammer these assholes. Get between them, man. You're gonna turn into not so lucky Pierre here in a second.
Yeah. It's getting trashed.
You don't want to be in the middle, man.
That's fucking Hunter quote of the night. Forget the over-explaining bit.
There are times where you like being in the middle. This is not one of them.
Yeah, the don't be in the middle thing is gold.
What do you got in the way of antidotes? Not that you need them right now. I'm just curious,
Oh, I've got 10.
You did a little 10. Okay, so you did some farming.
Did
you find any fire paper? I think there might be one place you didn't get fire paper.
I did not find any fire paper, so.
All right, we'll kill these fools.
This is gonna be like a fire paperless run.
Again, be careful with that torch. I'm not sure if you can, but some of these urns will straight up explode.
I am so not comfortable with that hammer yet. I need to spend some time with that hammer. Like I need to go down to the parade with the hammer and start tearing some shit.
I actually know what your perfect weapon is, and you just have you might get to it tonight. We'll see.
Oh wow! You already know which is going to be my main.
I know what your favorite is going to be.
Mine is currently Kirk hammer. I refuse to use it.
Because you really love this sword, but the hammer it's awesome to look at. But it's a back. Okay. Go around that corner there to the right. Nope. Back like where the door is to go inside. There's a little alleyway to the right. Here. I don't know if you've been. Nope. Between the door, right. Between the door to the right of the building.
Over here. There. Wow. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
Thank you, sir. I won't be using that fire paper until the end of that fight.
Probably wise, although, yeah.
Like I'm reserving fire paper for like, okay, I've got a run on my hands,
I think that's probably smart, because it does a lot of damage for sure. Weird that thing's still twitching. It's like a reptile.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a few times it's freaked me out.
Yeah, it does.
Because I'm like, is that thing dead? I've like struck at dead things because I think it's
It's
still
so
alive.
funny to me because I don't know what it is about the design choice, but like Souls games when things are alive, like nothing, like the enemies feel like they have just so much like weight to them, you know, like so much mass.
Yeah.
And then when you kill them, they turn into like fucking astrofoam, like jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Like their bodies are filled with just basically like helium jelly.
Goo.
And they just you feel like you can
Goo.
just you can,
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it?
always cracks me up, especially the
Very
bigger
well.
ones.
Let the
You
echoes
get these
become
like
your strength.
big ass beasts, and like you
Let
just
me
run
stand
through them, and
close.
they're
Now
oh,
shut
blood
your
bullets.
eyes.
You definitely need those here.
Yeah. That was in
Okay.
like
Oh,
totally.
dude, you need like 1,500 more.
Farewell,
That
good
was like
hunter.
not totally blowing it on the controls at all. That was just intentional. I needed those 5 blood bullets. I always forget the controls. I don't know why. I'm bad.
I do that one sometimes by mistake.
Nintendo screws me up.
Well, that's like up on the D-pad though. That's pretty obscure one to do, right?
Not necessarily. A lot of games, for some reason, a handful of games I've played, I can't name them right now, but my instinct is to tap the up button to heal. I don't know why that is. What game has that? Is that God of War? Is that...
Up button to heal?
Yeah, is that Horizon? I'm just trying to think of the other kind of over-the-shoulder 3D type action games I've played.
I don't know. I'm really bad at remembering buttons, but I really don't heal.
It's something I've been playing. Maybe it's like...
I don't know.
Was it like
This
Hades, maybe? I don't know. Like, for some reason, when my brain thinks heal, it's up on the D-pad.
Just as long as it's not jump. I guess I
No,
could take
no, no,
up
no.
the...
Up should never be jump unless it's like Street Fighter.
Right. That is like the one exception.
Yeah, up is fine when it's Street Fighter. Otherwise, it's
But then again, it's really not that fine, like, when you're playing Street Fighter on a D-pad. Like, back in the day, playing, like, Street Fighter on the fucking Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Which is
That
where
was that.
played
I mean,
most
because
of
you
my
would jump...
Street Fighter.
You would... Oh, man, no. I mean, like, compared to, like... Oh, they don't want to party. You could spin to win.
Oh! Alright. What am I doing now? Here.
Jump attack. That worked pretty well.
Yeah, I usually can get both of them if I do it right.
One of them's dead already. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Come on down, buddy. A little closer. Come on. There he is. I got nailed on that one.
Nah, you're alright. Alright, I got some blood violence right there.
Huh. What the hell are you laughing at?
You put 5 blood bullets in again.
I did?
Or did you come in with them? I don't think you come in with them,
No,
you?
I accidentally hit the button earlier in the game.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe you do teleport with them. I didn't really think about that. You need to get your gun out. Left on the D-pad. There you go.
I'm trying to remember these things right now. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. It's the left hand, so left hand would change
When you
that.
do get to the Blood Star Beast, I'm just gonna tell you, like, don't try and parry it. I mean, it can be parried, but like, that is just not it.
That's the wrong way.
Early.
Okay.
You're a little early. There you go. Yeah, I mean, again, some people can do that, but like, you can pretty easily dodge his moves. Like some of them, you don't even have to dodge. Like if you're close enough to it.
Whoa!
Bag up.
Yo, I haven't played this since.
You're a little late. There you go. All right, you got your. I think you got your echoes now that you need.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't grab that. You missed the blood off. And there are some moves that the Bloodstar Beast does that I won't even dodge. Like, I will just straight up sprint around to his backside. Because if you dodge or, like, dodge roll, then you end up too far away to hit him.
Yeah, that was what's happening. Like, I was trying to, like kind of figure, like, how close can I get and still dodge? Like, that was, like, the calculation that was going on in my head. Like, trying to figure out, like, what's the perfect place to roll.
And even if you're rolling or not rolling, dodge or not, the strat is just stay on his left.
Welcome.
Dodge
what is it?
like forward and through his left.
Very
Like
well.
you're basically almost like you're a fucking matador, and he's a bull. You want to dodge close to him. You want to dodge. Here, just use a dingham thing. Don't you have one?
Right. I always forget about them. Right.
In your inventory.
I forgot.
You don't need to use that many. Yeah, just use one of those. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Out of the way. Thank you.
Welcome home. What is it you desire?
Yeah, you're dodging forward and to the left. Just past his flank, his floppy ass.
I feel like I'm really neglecting these bottom two stats. But like as of now I'm not seeing much of like is that just like gonna get me like access to like weapons?
So so there are some weapons that require those. You might want to put, can't remember. You'll get to where you can put stuff in those eventually. Blood Tinge is really basically built for like if you're trying to actually do damage with guns.
Oh no.
There's some guns that like do a lot of damage, but again, it doesn't change you actually, parrying. Like that's parrying is parrying. But if I've seen at least one person who actually managed to do a gun-only run in this game, which I think is the most impressive thing I've ever seen, because guns are just not built for damage.
That's banana.
Arcane is really more like your magic, which you'll pick up some magic later in the game, but you kind of pick up magic so late typically that like it's already kind of lost its appeal.
Yeah, or it's already kind of dated. You've already got some better shit.
There are ways you can like get magic early in the game, but like you just kind of have to know how to go do that. It's not the typical way to play. I would say put it into skill probably, because you will run into some skill weapons that you'll need a little higher stat for. Yeah, probably get that up to at least like 15. Your vitality and endurance looks pretty high, and your strength's already pretty high. And you might need with a couple of weapons.
Farewell, good hunter.
Into Arcane or Blood Tinge if you want to use them, but you can always cross that bridge when you get to it.
All right.
I'm actually going to look up the weapon I think that you're going to end up really liking and see what the requirements are for it.
See if I
remember. I think you're actually already there. It's just the one I think you'll like is like team strength 12 skill. So you're already pretty much there.
Am I going to get it soon thereafter?
Oh, it's pretty early in the game, honestly. So.
Oh man. Cycling. Okay. There we go.
So I would just, yeah, I mean, maybe keep your antidotes at first. I don't know if you want to like try and do kind of like one warm up fight. You're not going the right way, by the way, to fight him.
Yeah,
if
right.
You wanna...
We're going down the hole, right? That's right.
Yeah,
I remember now.
quick run back.
I'm alright.
Quick run back. I definitely would save the fire paper. You can buy antidotes if you need to eventually. But the fire papers, you're going to want to kind of make sure that you're at least a little bit comfortable. And just think of this as like a practice run. Nothing to get frustrated about. You might beat them, you know, on your first try.
Yeah, maybe. What the hell? I doubt it. But what always that way.
Yeah, there you go. No one's coming back. Will you do me one favor, actually?
Go ahead.
Well, not right here. Go back in the building, because you're going to get attacked by a wolf up there. Okay, open up your stats.
Oh, stats? What is that?
You can just open up inventory. It's fine. Yeah, now go to your inventory. I want to look at your...
Oh.
I want to actually look at your Kirk hammer.
Here, right?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Go. Yeah, just leave. Like, go back. Go back to the hunter's train.
Okay. Is this gonna be super embarrassing for me right now?
Yeah.
Like, did I really like overlook
it's
something?
It's not super embarrassing.
Really
it's just
stupid?
evident. It's just evidence that you've been farming. You got to go up one more. Well, now you're getting attacked.
Oh, that's alright.
5, 6. Like, if this were Zelda, Breath of the Wild, your Kirk hammer would have broke like 17 times by now.
Don't I know it, man? I keep checking. It's pretty good. Oh, what am I doing? How do I get back where I was?
No, back that way. You're going the right way. No. Turn around.
This way.
That way.
Okay.
There you go.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, up the ladder. You gotta go repair your thing. It's
busted.
I was a little confused because I was like, are you doing honestly less damage than you did last time? I was like, did you somehow downgrade your weapon? It's like, no, it's just that you haven't repaired it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. You're right.
It's, I don't know if you saw the stat, but it's at 46 out of 250. It's low. You're not putting much damage out right now.
Oh, wait a minute now. See, I thought it was like just fix it before it breaks.
No.
Oh, okay.
It actually, the stats of these games are pretty crazy. Like, they are all maths. So, like, every little bit it ticks down, it's doing just slightly less damage on a curve. So, at 46 out of 250, you're doing a pretty significant amount less damage than you would otherwise be doing. It's kind of an annoying thing. I'm not a huge fan of this mechanic in this game.
It's fine by me now that I understand it.
Yeah, it's a small gripe, but it is a gripe. But yes, you do need to repair that fucking thing. It is
toast.
It is.
Haha.
Look, it's so. No, it's 621. You can just eat a thing or go sell a thing, whatever.
Yeah, let me sell it.
I would just because you need like 20.
I need like nothing.
Like 19.
Let me just sell a few pebbles
or something. So whatever.
How about
Don't sell any. Honestly, keep going down. I mean, you can sell some pebbles. You probably have a bunch left in your. Well, I wouldn't sell that many pebbles.
They're cheap as dirt anyway. I'll just buy more if I had to.
I would just use a cold blood dude. I mean, you don't need to waste your stuff. You got plenty of blood echoes. Alright, that works. That works.
Alright, sword. And it's perfect too, because it'll use up every dime I have, pretty much. Beautiful. Oh. Dude, remember when I was a threaded cane guy? That was weird, right?
I like that part.
That was a good part, but like it was
Because you called yourself Simon Belmont.
Mm-hmm. Belmondo.
Which I think is pretty much exactly what they were going for. So, just on the way down the stairs here, I want you to kind of like see how much more damage your Kirk hammer is doing to this one beast than it was doing. Because like trying to fight the Bloodstar beast with like a dual ass Kirk hammer would have been a real challenge that you didn't really need.
Uh-huh. I'm challenged enough, my friend. Boom. Alright, doing it. Oh wow. Whoops. Nope. No, don't do that. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Yep.
That feels better.
And you really shouldn't feel like you can't summon Alfred unless you feel like that's probably. You can definitely do that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they put those things in the game for a reason.
If it comes down to it, Alfred and I will take this on together. But...
All right, well, yeah, give it a few cracks on your end.
This
I would
is
just
a,
practice mostly trying to like, you know. Oh, look, you actually had some in there. You know, really try and like run past it, dodge through it to the left, and get behind it and do some attacks and then repeat. Right there you go. Down this left. There you go. That is it. That's the move. No damage. Did a bunch. Keep an eye on that thing.
Oh, okay.
Alright, you got all your health back. Just be careful not to just bounce around too much. You want to keep your stamina up. There you go.
2 shots back.
You got it, dude. This is really it, especially for the first part. He's not really going to poison you too much in the beginning. Because that's about like halfway through, and then at the end, he's basically definitely going to poison you. I remember, you can move without bouncing.
Not fast enough.
You're not fucking like...
Out of my comfort level. Oh, okay.
Nice, dude, nice. Keep it going, keep going. Okay, so now he could poison you. That was like his alert for the kind of his second phase.
Hi. Alright.
Doing awesome.
Oh, really?
Alright, watch the poison meter now. You got a little build up from him getting, like, pretty much the hits you take now will poison you a little bit.
Up, up, up.
There you go. No, you just did one too many hops, man. You had an opportunity to attack there.
Just waiting for that meter to go away.
That's alright. Nice.
Trying to
dude.
be very patient, you know? Oh, man, got me.
Alright, back up, back up. Heal up, and well,
Shit.
you're alright, you're alright. Heal up again. By the way, if I say things like heal up, it doesn't necessarily mean right that second. It just means that, like,
Yeah,
that's
reminding
what
you that
do.
it needs to be done when it's convenient.
Right.
Got it. If you say heal like 3 times, I know it means that instant, right?
Right.
Like, heal, heal, heal. Like, that means, like, do it immediately.
And you can just keep dodging him until that meter goes away, or you can try and make some attacks on him. Oh, losing the lock on is a painful thing.
Yeah. I feel
It
it.
happens in this game. There you go. Alright, you're back. You're back.
We're good.
There you go, dude. Take your time. You got this. You got this, guy.
Shit. Yes. Come on. Dude, I'm fucked.
Their heal.
No shit. Oh, man. I had my finger on the button. That sucks.
That was a good warm up to it, though. You know, that was a really good warm up to it.
I don't feel discouraged this time.
No, that was great, dude. I mean, you
I didn't
had
waste
him
any. I didn't
on
waste
the,
a lot of resources either. Like
you
I
didn't
just
waste. You didn't waste much of anything.
right.
Maybe
I just
give
kind of
one more round like that, and then you know. And I think you're right. I would still reserve your fire paper and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
I'm doing
you
fine
know,
without it, at least in the first half so far. Like I think I just need to get a little more comfortable when he gets a little more, when he gets a little more jumpy and he's grabbing at you and watch
what's
that
your
poison and
right? The poison is definitely what makes this fight hard. Like
yeah.
without the poison, it's not that bad.
Fantastic.
What else do you have in your like quick inventory right now? By the way,
It's just fire paper, the whatever those like distracting bombs are.
the pungent blood cocktail.
Yeah, I could probably throw a few Molotovs in there. Those might be effective, right? It's weak to fire.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would get hurt by that. Uh, what do you have any beast blood pellets?
Yes, I
How
do.
many of those do you have?
Maybe 2 or 3. I'm just away from the controller. I'm filling a drink at the moment. I'll check.
Yeah, no, do your thing, man.
All right, cool. Give that a shot. All right, so let's see what's cooking here. So like I said, what's on me? What are these called again? Remind me. They're called pungent blood cocktails, and then the fire paper and the antidotes. Excuse me. I got 7 of these things. So what
All
is
right.
that? Just that just like a little berserk? Like you just get a little stronger, or how does that work?
It basically works in a way that you like build up the damage output you do, as long as you're not like taking damage at the same time. Like, so you would have built up quite a bit in the beast blood pellet.
Mm-hmm.
I would say let's do another fight this time, and let's take one of those right at the very beginning. It'll last pretty much the whole fight. So you'll see a little meter that will come on your screen that will tell you that you've, activated it.
Right.
And so if you do pretty well, like you might actually put some decent damage into them just from having taken one of these. And you're gonna waste. I mean, you have plenty of these. It wouldn't even matter if you wasted most of them. Like,
Yeah.
there's only a few fights that this really is that important, and you'll find some more. I would just do one like this fight, You know, at least to like see what it does.
Right in the beginning.
Yeah, like literally as you're like walking up to it.
Cool. I'll do that. All right. I don't want to quick inventory it though.
You don't want to quick inventory it?
Actually, maybe I will. Because I'm not really. I feel like last time I was bouncing around that thing a lot more. This time I'm basically just trying to focus on like my skills. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I
no
think
fancy
that's
tricks, you know.
You did really awesome that time. You got caught with basically one grab attack, and that was the end of you on that one. But you know, sometimes with these fights, like it's not. I mean, depending on how far down you have them, you know, you can almost count that as a wipe. Like you're not losing blood echoes. You came in with nothing.
I know.
There's an added like sense of just calmness that comes over just understanding that like if you just want to wipe, just wipe. You know, come back.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not to say that you ever should. I mean, I've seen people even with only like a sliver of health like come back and like beat something.
Crazy.
So you should always be trying, but
yeah,
you know when you didn't really waste anything that you had on that fight, it's not.
I
really
wasted like one antidote and a couple of blood vials.
And you had him, man. I mean, you had him on the ropes, so.
I was doing all right.
You did the first part of that fight. You learned kind of how to dodge through some attacks pretty well.
Yeah, I was just chilling out. You know, what up?
There you go again.
Do this, man. Come on, buddy.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
I think when you start to like, yeah, that's taking you 3 swipes where it was taking you like 7 by the way before your weapon. Go ahead and run before the werewolf comes back.
Right.
I would definitely just say, I don't know, the toughest habit you're gonna have to break is that they're like, there's a time to dodge and there's a time not to, and dodging eats up a decent amount of your stamina. So I'm not saying don't dodge, but if you're, again, you're not like, hey, you're not Link and jumping around shooting things. Like Link didn't have that problem.
I am Link. Okay.
Like just dodge back once and like just press circle and look at your stamina bar. Circle once, just press it. Like that eats about 10% of your stamina. So if you just bounce around the whole time, especially if you're already low, like yes, you can do it quite a bit, but if you jump and then swipe with your sword and then jump again, like you're already down to like a quarter of it. So, you know, understand that you have some freedom to just move around using just the stick, or you can hold circle and run some. Like you got to remember that sometimes you can just run around attacks. You don't have to dodge anything. Run. Some of his like just swipe attacks, you can just straight up eat that thing. Eat it. All right, you got a meter there.
Whoops.
There. Get yourself together. So you're getting just a little extra damage each time when that meter builds up. It's kind of like an aggressive meter. Like, if you get consecutive attacks in, it gives you a little bit more damage. Nice. That was a grab that you missed. Dude, you already got him down quite a bit.
Come on.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Over here. Get over here.
Yeah, it's okay. The second phase is if he hits you, he starts to build up poison, but he has to hit you, so it's not something you have to worry about. The third phase, he basically poisons you.
Oh, no, don't just stand there, stupid.
Yeah.
I'm toast.
You should have... Oh, that was super close.
Yeah, it was.
Back up and heal one more time.
Yep.
I thought you were dead. You gotta prioritize how you do that. And I would say the priority is always blood violence, then antidote.
Got it. Whoa. Come on. Ah, buddy, I could have dodged that. Alright. Damn, why am I not connecting? I'm not getting close enough.
It's a little too far away from him.
I know.
Yeah, just a smidge, you know.
I'm chickening out just a little too much there. See?
This is why I actually tell you that sometimes... There you go, you gotta hit in.
One.
Sometimes it's...
Come on.
And by the way, your beast mode pellet is still active.
I'm just not connecting enough.
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go. There you go. By the way, all of those ones he's missing are crabs.
Oh. Holy crap. Yep, that hurt.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Nice. Good job.
Shit. Lost my lock on. Okay.
Yeah, that's...
I feel better. That's like
With this boss in particular, that's a real pain in the butt. Alright, you're in the final phase now. Just being close to him is going to poison you. Alright, so that doesn't mean change the way you fight, but just be aware that you're going to get poisoned. And don't get hit by that.
No, not again. Come on, fuck. Get out of there. I'm poisoned. I'm done. Fuck, man. Huh.
There's a part of you that I feel like, in my humble assessment, that you're just letting it intimidate you a little too much. Like you're jumping like back.
I'm giving it too much
to try
respect.
and dodge.
Right?
Almost every boss, not in every Souls game, and not every boss, but most bosses in Souls games, and especially Bloodborne, like dodging back is like what they're designing it to make you stop doing, because it's like they just have such range. I mean, this thing is swiping forward so far that it's not to say that you don't ever dodge back, but like the kind of the less intimidated you are and the more aggressive you are. Like if you keep dodging through this thing's attack, keep dodging forward, like, you know, get in its face.
Yeah, I'm
like,
just trying to get, like, when I'm poisoned, like, I'm trying to get my distance so I can fix that, you know? Like,
yeah, well...
That's my instinct, is to just, like, get some space, like, drop a blood vial, you know, and take care of the poison and re-engage.
I'm not saying that that's not the right move when you're poisoned, but... it's...
I'll be more aggressive this time.
Yeah, just try. This is like our Days of Thunder. It's like, you know, try 500 laps my way, and then you try 500 laps your way. We'll compare times and tires.
Right. That was Robert Duvall, wasn't it?
That was Robert Duvall.
Wow. Huh. I don't know why I just like realized that was Robert Duvall, like the Robert Duvall.
It wasn't 500 laps. That's an exaggeration.
I know what you mean, but
Get in his face. Yes, get right on his back. I want you going almost through his legs to the left.
Rah!
You lost him.
It's
That's
okay.
all right. Stay on his left side. You're moving too far to the left, like
I
horizontally.
keep
I'm
losing
talking
my
about,
lock for some reason.
like you're a matador and this is your bull. You're dodging right next to this asshole. Look at how many hits you got on it. Right next to him. Get this motherfucker. Yeah. Right next to him. Yes. It's alright. Sometimes he goes more forward. These early stages especially. You can do this. Look at you.
Get over
Get him back down there. Get him back down the open up. Get in his face. Nice.
Shit.
Alright, you're
I need it to be more lateral.
Not even poisoning you yet. Now he is. That's okay. Pretend like he's not even poisoned. Fuck the poison. I'm not even gonna get hit by this dude. Get out from his face, though. Trying to hit him in his ass, Brad. By the way, if you had a beast button on this fight, don't do it, by the way.
No. Come on, man.
I shouldn't have mentioned that in the middle. I'll mention it afterwards.
Fuck, dude, that's it.
Yeah, you
That's
also forget sometimes that holding circle runs, which is faster than dodging forward a bunch.
But I can't
really
run and lock, right?
Fuck locking. Like, if you're just, you absolutely can. But
Oh, you
like,
can. Okay.
if you're trying to just run, get away, if your instinct is get away from him, you gotta train yourself. Hold circle and run. That's a much better way to get away from him. Yeah, it's a lot faster than dodging.
Huh. Because I feel like I always lose, like, my lock, and then I lose touch of where the guy is,
Dude,
and then I end up getting nailed anyway.
You had, like, until he gets to the very third stage.
Uh-oh.
You're
a little zealous there, but it's
alright, a little health. Not a big deal. You really should almost be assuming he's not poisoning you for the vast majority of that fight. Like, you have to be aware of it, but you, at this point, can get to at least the second stage of that fight without any issue. And then it just becomes, you know, basically getting him to the third stage without using your antidotes.
I'm Mega Man-ing him.
Yeah.
Just like you said, a little at a time. Just I get a little more confident, a little better.
This is Mega Man.
Yep.
It's Mega Man in 3D in, you know, Gothic horror.
What does it cost me to bring this guy into the fight?
The only thing it does is it gives you less damage output, basically. Like, you do less damage on him.
It doesn't cost me like an item or
No.
nothing.
Nothing.
Alright.
I love it. I love it.
Come on, bub. I don't have all day. Ah! Finally caught up at the end of that combo.
Yeah, well,
I wasted a whole bar on those 2 hits, so I'm proud of them. I was gonna reach him eventually.
Yeah, watch out. He'll clip through
Yeah,
those
he's
freaking
rangy.
pillars.
I thought I was
You're
safe.
good. You're good. Oh, that's money right there. I'm really surprised none of those.
Damn it! He's leaping so far away from me.
Yeah, it's annoying. Well, that's one of the reasons why I tell you, especially on one of those arm swings, I don't even dodge with this guy. I just run.
Just try to get out of the way.
I just run right through it. Back up, back. There you go. That's when you gotta back up.
That's when I gotta run, right?
Well, I mean, no, there's. You can still dodge through that one too. You just have to be closer to him when he starts to. There you go, there you go, there you go. I wish the lock just went further. Yeah, that's all.
Fuck, dude. I'm like, that's not how I play.
Right,
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's just like, it feels right, like getting up to him. I'm like, oh, this is nice, and then I can't target him. Just out of there. Oh, wow. Wow.
Alright. Nice. You have the blood cocktails, like.
Oh, man.
Forget I'm talking.
Just chill, chill, chill.
You got
Chill.
this.
Chill, chill, chill. Whew. Bro, my heart is pounding.
You just have to appreciate what a masterpiece of a video game.
Fuck. Dude, my palms are sweating. I have stopped breathing.
You know how
Like
good
I'm
a video
catching my
game-
breath now because I think I've been holding my breath for like 3 minutes. I think I broke the record.
You know how good a video game has to be to get me to shut the fuck up for a minute? Like, it has to be really.
Oh,
I was like, don't you talk in the middle of this.
fuck
piece of
no.
shit. Don't even dare
I
talk.
would bit your fucking
Just
head
let
off
the
on
man
you if you had
work.
said a
Like,
word during that.
You figured it out like right there at the end, and I was just like, he's got it. Just don't fuck it up. Don't talk to him. Don't mention fire paper or blood cocktails. Just
I have been
fuck
giving
all
him
of that.
way too much respect.
way too much. Yeah, once you figure out that it's like this is if like this game is begging you to be aggressive.
To just
Every
chew it
mechanic,
up.
every mechanic is we want people to feel aggression. You know, like they
Yeah.
like this thing that they were like, oh my god, this is gonna kick my ass. Like,
Yeah.
instead, it's just gonna like I'm just gonna fuck this thing up.
Yep.
That's why they give you the recovery on your health when you get hits back because it's
Right.
like get in here and hit.
It's like, take a
And
hit.
it's
Go
why they're
ahead.
like
Just as
no
long as you're
shield.
dishing them out more than you're taking them, you're good.
It's easily well at the time like was easily the fastest of the Souls games. Yeah, shoot pot man,
That
you
part,
earned it.
right. That needed to happen, sorry.
I think maybe maybe Sekiro was faster, but like yeah, most of the bosses are meant to look way more intimidating than they are. Their animations, their moves, and everything, but a lot of the time, the answer is get the fuck in there and fight,
Uh-huh.
dude. And did you watch my fight with this thing? I don't know if you did
I did.
or not. Okay, yeah, you can see after like you've lost all concern for it, like
Like
you
I said,
basically are like,
I afforded it way too much respect.
yeah, because you can get in here with fire paper and blood pellets and blood cocktails. You can, if you actually know what you're doing, you throw the blood cocktail the right way. A couple of swipes with the fire paper, blood cocktail, a couple more fire paper swipes. And this fight gets over real fast. So,
Well, I thought it was going to be 2 hours of me losing and maybe picking it up like at the very end of the stream, but
I think that was only your third attempt.
I feel all right now.
Your third attempt tonight. So the theory holds true. You know, when you come back into it with a fresh perspective, where you're not just in there mashing and getting frustrated,
Wasn't
and you can get focused in on it,
return?
you usually beat it. Well, you got some. You might be able to get one level up out of that. I know it's probably pretty close. You might have to eat some blood.
Blood up.
Just yeah, I think that will give you one. I don't remember what
so.
you're at.
Not enough yet.
Is it at 8?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then those two. It'll be close.
Welcome home. What is it you... Very well, let me stand.
Ooh, up to 9 already. So you need to do one of the
Farewell,
twos, I
good
think.
hand.
Yeah.
Or you can just go back and farm. But I think it's worth it to upgrade here. I don't know. I would. You already got all those souls on you.
Yeah, let's get rid of this.
Did you pick up the chalice itself?
Yeah, what's up with that?
There's also a couple. I don't know if I even ever told you. There's a couple of antidotes behind the that like yeah,
This
behind
one?
the altar there. I don't know if you ever went and picked those up. There's some behind there. Oh, they're there.
Oops. Sweet. Replenish the
Too much.
stash a little bit. That's nice. Anything over here?
So you're basically done with Old Yarnum now. Like,
Okay.
as long as you picked up the chalice, there's not really much left for you to do here. So go back to the Hunter's Dream and let's go talk to Garmin. I think
There's nothing else in here? Not in the battle area?
No, what you did was you opened up a new way, which Garmin will explain.
Oh, nice. Well, wait a minute. Aren't I trying to get an upgrade here?
He'll say something like, well, yeah, you can get an upgrade.
I was trying
you
to
can go
farm up
I mean, go wherever you want to. I mean, you need what, like 700? So
Something
just
like
go
that.
somewhere you'll get 700, and you could use some more blood bullets. So why don't you just go do your central first here?
This one's a little more efficient.
All right. Whichever one is your go-to farm.
Dude, that was so satisfying.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm still
that's
coming down from that.
it's just you got a lot of those to go.
All right.
I love I feel like this game especially also knows
Ah,
when and when not to just give you um, kind of a breeze of a boss. Not
oh, I
very
see.
often, but
Give you a little
occasionally
confidence
you go,
boost. Get a
yeah,
gimme.
just a little. None of them are gimmies, but there's definitely some that are easier than others. I've launched like 50 rank the hardest boss in Bloodborne, video type things that people put together. And
Hmm.
I gotta tell you, one of the funniest things about those videos, and I think it's a true testament to just how difficult this game is. Difficult, but also just well designed, is that I've never seen, you know, two of them where I felt like they were in even close to the same order.
Ha! 'Cause everyone has a wildly different opinion.
I think everybody generally agrees what the easiest boss in this game is and what the hardest boss is. I think that's somewhat undisputed. But like everything in the middle, like I've seen people rank bosses that they thought were like the hardest or second hardest, um, that I didn't have trouble with at all,
Uh-huh.
And a lot of other people don't. And then I've seen people rank bosses that I fucking spent half my life trying to beat. It's like one of the easiest. And I'm like, that just goes to show that everybody's got like a different style of play, and they might have just kind of figured out what the thing is with that boss earlier. The fact that it's all over the board.
Yeah.
I think everybody. I don't know about artists. I mean, artists also depends if you're playing the expansion or not.
Mhm. Which I will be.
Oh, one of the best DLCs in history. Let's go talk to Garmin if he's up there. Was he up in the workshop? I think he's up. He should be up in the house. We're gonna go give him a little chitty chat. Yeah, there he is. He's got some stuff for you.
The healing church and the blood ministers who belong to it were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Erden Chapel.
Talk to him again, yeah.
To Erden Chapel. From there, you will find the church workshop.
I fucking love this game so much. You're gonna hear that from me a lot. You're not muted, are you? Talk to you in a while.
Yeah, I was muted. My bad.
I can always tell.
Thank you.
I felt like I was talking to myself. Can you go back to the? Oh, you found the doll. Yeah, level up and then no. I mean, you can. Oh, yeah, always do that. That's the. By the way, that's what Jura was dressed in. If you read the description, you can press square on any of those and read a description. It'll kind of say, the retired hunter Jura. The sworn wolf cap was his trademark. Jura is known through his contact with powder kegs, the heretics of the workshop. He is said to have been both uncommonly red foolish. Jura felt defeated by state of old yarn. and renounced his hunter's vow. So this was a once pale blood hunter like yourself, part of the dream, who renounced the workshop because he basically
Welcome
no
home,
longer
good
agreed with it,
hunter.
which is why he went to go protect
What is
the
it you
beasts.
desire?
Because the workshop was basically built to hunt
Very
beasts.
well. Let me step.
You never go wrong there. I personally love endurance, but yeah. And this game isn't too bad with it. Some of the games, if you don't, it's kind of like when you play like Zelda games. Like if you don't put a ton of life in there, then like you get to some places that just start one-shotting, and you're like, that can't work.
No, that's a wrap.
You know,
Uh-huh.
like I need at least 27 hearts to fight this thing. It's always like the funny thing to me about the Zelda health system is it's just like, we're going to show you all the ones you have. Here's like an entire page of parts. Anyway. Alright. Wait. Before you do that, go back to the the repair table. I just want to see if you picked up, you probably haven't picked up any other blood gems or anything, but I'm curious where you're at with that. You got any triangle ones yet for this?
Nope.
No. Alright, never mind.
Rough.
Yeah, that's like a weird one. Like the Saw Spear, if you click on the Saw Spear for Blood Gem fortification, so you need twin bloods. But like click on, oh, you can't actually see until you have it leveled up enough. But it actually just has 2 of kind of the splatty star ones. So you can put 2 of these on there, which you get a lot more of early on. Blood gems, you know, like materia, they do a lot.
Yeah.
They aren't to be ignored. Okay, so let's go back to Erden Chapel. He says ascend to Erden Chapel. That was kind of, I always thought that line was weird, but I think it's just Miyazaki's way of weirdly saying, go to fucking Erden Chapel. That's where you're supposed to go now.
Here?
Yeah.
Tomb of Odia?
Oh, no, but that's good that you went there. I don't think Henrik will be there yet, because it wouldn't let you go there. But no, I meant the Cathedral Ward. I'm sorry, because the tomb is below the church. That's where you. So you can either go back, or you can. Why don't you just go climb up the stairs? I love this area though, and we will revisit eventually. I just think Gascoigne and his family is one of the most interesting characters. There's also a part of that you will have missed just because of the choices you made. But
oh yeah.
I don't know if why I wanted to. You probably won't do another playthrough of this, so I'm just gonna tell you.
How do you know I'm not going to do another playthrough of this?
I don't know. Maybe you will.
Do you know?
Are you gonna do another playthrough?
Do you know it's actually something I think about pretty much constantly while I play this game?
Yeah. Like, there you go. Well, I'll shut my mouth.
Like on my next run, I'll do this.
Dude.
So believe it or not, I am actually thinking about another run of this game.
Dude, you're gonna love it. There are very few games that I think have better replayability than this one. I mean, and I should talk. I've replayed it like 60 times.
Awesome.
My comfort game.
Awesome.
It's weird that is. So yeah, you should. So I will leave the story to be discovered, because there's, you know, depending on the choices you make, you get different bits of lore, different parts of the story. But you got not all of the Gascoigne story. There's a little bit more to that on another playthrough.
All right, bro.
So you can just run up the stairs to the right there. You can go back to the dream, your choice. I don't know which is honestly faster. This is not too far, so you can just kind of run up there and climb up the ladder, and you'll be at Erden Chapel. Ascend. to Erden Chapel.
Dude, all the gear in this game is so awesome.
It's
Like, I just threw together random shit and it looks awesome.
it's just crazy to me. Even I mean this game has not been updated since the base PS4. Like this is how good it looked when it first came out on the PS4. You don't need to do that.
I know.
You can this is where you need to go. You can talk to you can talk to the church dweller.
Alive and well, are ya? This here's a safe place. Stay as long as you like. But next time you're out on a hunt, remember what I asked. If you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Erden Chapel. Because there's nothing to fear here.
Alright, look up at the raptors for me, will you? Like okay. Our first mission is to get up there. So, look, there's an item there. So go down the stairs and to the right. Not those stairs. Yeah. That door is open now. Nope. There. Nope. Stop. And that's the door. That one. Okay. So you have an elevator here, all right? There's a secret on this elevator that I want you to see. So when you click it, you're gonna go up, but there's a window like halfway through that you can basically roll through.
Oh.
And it's just a quick little shortcut. So you just you step on that button in the middle of the elevator. You gotta actually go to them, just gotta step on it, and then it's on the back side of it, by the way. So step on it again, and now roll out right there.
I see it. Okay.
So, okay.
I'll be ready for
sorry,
it.
I forgot which side. I forgot which side. So,
You're fine.
yeah. Don't you love little shit like this in games?
I sure do.
It's just the best. It's a little, it's just, this game's got such good little missable areas like this. You can drop down there.
Not missing anything up here?
Yeah. You're now above Erden Chapel.
Wow. What is
You got a
that?
rune. You got a Carol rune.
Huh?
So you can obviously look at those too. You don't really have any use for those yet, but the runes have a decent amount of lore to them as well. They should have their own category. There it is, yeah. Formless Odin. Secret symbol left by Carol, runesmith of Bergenworth. The Great One Odin, lacking form, exists only in voice, and is symbolized by this rune. Those who memorize it enjoy a larger supply of quicksilver bullets. Or know that oozing blood is the medium, the highest grade, and the essence of the formless Great One, Odin. Both Odin and his inadvertent worshippers surreptitiously seek the precious blood. So I think this is an interesting one, because this is really talking about something they're referring to as a Great One named Odin, who basically can't be seen, lacking form, and you can only hear. And then it gives this really one weird sentence. It's just like, it gives you more bullets. I love that sentence. But so you got something called a Great One. It doesn't, you can't see it. There's no form. You can only hear it. But it talks about like a highest grade blood, of oozing blood. So you have like different levels of blood in this world. So, and this is talking about a Great One with higher blood.
So do I need to like equip or like use that thing?
You don't have the tool yet to use that. You'll get that eventually. But you might as well go and collect it while you're here. That's just another one of the. You can just make your little buddies. There really is actually nowhere else to go up here, except for a big drop down, which I always got really scared about. No way up. The only way down is to make this little drop. Like, doesn't that kind of make you piss your pants?
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Could you imagine that? Like, I can't believe that that's the way to get down from this. There's like, is there no other way? Just but you don't really take that much fall damage in this game. All right, now we're truly gonna go up to the Healing Church workshop.
Sweet.
So go back the way you came, but actually take the elevator all the way up this time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so like me. You're so like me. You gotta look down. I love it. Nothing down there.
You're sure?
No, nothing down. Yes. 60 times. Nothing down there.
Alright.
I did that at least 4 times. Just like
I'm angry. I'm angry that there's nothing.
I
down there.
know. Nothing down there.
Oh, okay. So we're shooting people now, huh? Is he mobile or he just hanging out? Is he coming for me?
He's like an old grandpa beast in a
He's
wheelchair
amazing.
with a Gatling
I
gun.
love him.
I love this
him.
guy. I love this guy so much. For reasons I'll explain in a minute, but like.
All right. Is this guy got a big health bar, or can I just start running circles around him and cutting him up when I can?
Oh, please start running circles around him.
No.
That's not sarcastic. No, that's not sarcastic. You can run around him.
Oh, you ain't shit. He's badass, but like he's got nothing.
That game. This is a game in a nutshell. They intimidated you.
Yeah, this game has a way of making me like.
You can honestly like just walk around at like a decent pace and have him just shoot at you the entire time and never hit you. He doesn't turn very fast.
He's
so
awesome.
so you can just have him basically just unloading his Gatling gun into the room for like as long as you want. I've spent some time having him do that. Because I love this sound.
There it is. Ah. So that's just doing work for me? I can now carry more blood vials?
What is it that you... I'm sorry. Show me again.
It was communion.
That's another Carol rune, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, no, it's not doing anything for you yet. You have to equip the runes, and you don't have much. So while you've obtained those, you can use later. Run, Brad! Fucking sprint.
They're fine, man. They're not even fucking with me that much. Alright, we got shooty guys. Why don't you guys follow me this way? Come in. Come on, man. Alright.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I thought I lost you for a second.
Hey, shield guy killed me. Wow, am I...
It puts your fucking off. All the times we played this game, that's never once happened to me.
Just popped me right the fuck off of there.
I've been killed by those guys plenty of times, but I've never had somebody push me off the bridge. There's a stealthier way to go about that. Once you run across the bridge, you don't have to fucking.
There has to be.
You should probably go back and then, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
There has to be a stealthier way than the way I just did it.
Yeah, there is. I'll be right back.
There is.
Are we going back to Old Yarnum? This is fun. I do love Old Yarnum. Are you on mute?
I was? I'm just screwing around, getting killed because I'm not paying attention.
Alright.
Up to my normal shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up. I mean, you're just basically repeating your steps here. But you're going to Old Yarnum now. You want to go to Old Yarnum?
No, I'm going back to where I started from.
I mean, I love it down here. I really, really do.
Me too.
There, actually, you know what? We should go do one area before you go do that because you haven't done it yet, and it's important. It's not important, but it's
neat.
I mean, you should see it.
Yeah, I should see everything. What the hell?
Go to the left here. Go to the left. Go around these stairs.
Around the stairs. Or up
No. I mean, go up the stairs. Go up this way.
That sounds mean. Hi. Oh, okay. You got quite a little health bar there, don't you, pal?
Just a big blood-starved beast. Look to the fucking backside of this guy.
Hello. You wearing that?
I just love watching you play this now. That's awesome. That is a hard enemy. Hard enemy. Get down here to the left.
I got all these switches going on, son. What's happening?
Yeah,
here?
that just open and
Okay.
closes that gate.
Am I gonna close this on something? Am I gonna have like a Rancor moment?
You could potentially do that.
That sounds
to an enemy, but it would not look like the Rancor, which I love that reference. It Yeah, that would be amazing if it did that animation.
Yeah.
That would happen if Blue Point read Bloodborne.
That's
Is
true.
my ultimate fantasy. Right? Right? Tell me I'm wrong. They would totally fucking rank for that thing right
I
there.
can't argue with that. Guess I'm going up. I want to see
You got
the
nothing.
monster. Is it just the same one I just fought?
Just a bunch of big guys. Yeah, go back, go through there. We're gonna go pick up. It's not an important device, but it's one of my personal favorites. Just because I love looking at shit in this game. I'm doing a better job, by the way, of not telling you about things. Nice. Oh, the iframes. The beautiful, beautiful iframes. You got this guy. Well. Their bricks do hurt.
He's really strong.
There you go.
Ah, so. Wow.
Oh no. Oh,
Look at my shit killed, son.
You
Just banging through blood vials right now.
yeah.
He's going right
You should get a couple more off of him, so you should be back to 18.
I would hope so.
Or maybe even 20. No, oh my god, the worst.
What are they?
They have exactly, as far as I could tell from every run I've ever launched or done myself, one use. They're basically, okay, so they're basically, I think, intended to be Hansel and Gretel items. They're breadcrumbs. It's find your way back. It's like they will sit here and be lit as long as you're in the same session. So if you want to know how to get back to something, all right, so that's the item that I want you to get. The monocular. This is one where you put like the hand lantern. It's like the left. Yeah, you can look at it if you want. It should just be in your regular inventory.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going up. There it is. So there it is. Huh? Monocular. Used to view things up close. Not a hunter's tool, but a simple antique. Be used as one sees. I love they were just like, we don't need lore for this. It's a monocular. This is just something you can equip to the. I equip it to where I put the hand lantern. So if you get out of this menu, and then out of this menu, and then just on the touch, yeah. So just to the right of that, just do switch, and then put that monocular there. And it's a good place for things like this, you know, that you'll just kind of randomly use. So then you can always press, yeah, and then use, and I'll show you what it does.
Oh, neat.
There it is.
I dig that.
I like it because like there are times, there's never a time where you need to really use it to identify that an enemy is there or anything. It's just a way for you to look at like stuff up close. That's it.
Yep.
Is there something down in that ditch? I can't remember. Go. Look down in that hole. I don't think there is. Never mind. Nothing. As incorrect. Alright, you still need to kind of follow this path down to the left here. More enemies down there, some items. Hold it down. I don't actually think you can backstab these guys. These things
love
have
this
more
guy.
range than you give them credit for, but the idea is the same. You still want to try and get behind them. Dude.
What? Why won't you die?
Yeah, you got into like a weird stamina hole there.
Situation.
You got, sometimes you just gotta
Stop
cut your losses
attacking.
and yeah. There's an item you ran past there.
I did. Ah, hi.
There's an interesting bit of like kind of presumed 5 listening charts. No, keep going down the other way.
I just feel like
Go
I didn't
back.
get to peek around in here at all.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
There's one weird piece of lore in here that I do want to kind of
The hell are those
mention.
things?
So,
Huh.
yeah,
Everything is just so placed.
I just wanted to make note of one point when you go down these stairs here, that you're gonna find yourself in a room that's basically just vats and vials and vases filled with incense.
Okay.
And then you're gonna find something else, but you see it's all lit up. It's lit up in here. It's just an absurd amount of incense. And you remember what the incense does, right?
Keeps the monstros away.
That's right. So you have basically a entrance to the upper part of the city, the higher class citizens. And that door is locked. And these are very satisfying barrels to roll. So you essentially have that door locked. Door confuses people because at no point in the game can it ever be opened.
All
But
right.
I think the lore that makes the most sense is basically this is how they close down the bridge, and then the bridge. You remember they keep telling you the bridge is closed. Gilbert tells you the bridge is closed. This door, people have thrown shining coins onto, and run all the way back around to the other side. This is the same door. You can see the shining coins that you threw on the other side.
I see.
This is the same door on the bridge where you fought the cleric beast.
Oh, wow.
So this is like Gilbert tells you that the bridge is closed. So this door exists here only to be closed because they're basically keeping the common folk down there fighting off the scourge beast to protect the leader class, the elitist class in upper like Cathedral Ward. And they have all this incense here in case any beasts get through to like keep them from coming up into the higher areas, right?
Right. I get it. That's cool.
So that's why you stop seeing as much in the way of like actual like beastly characters, and you start seeing more like church-related characters, cleric type stuff. Like you notice, like most of the enemies you fight have like actual like robes on, like religious garb of sorts. They look like they're part of a choir. They look like they're part of, some part of the service of the church up higher. All right, I think you've thoroughly done this area. It's time to go fight old machine gun Kelly up there.
There's a machine gun guy?
Well, the Gatling gun old guy. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You already went up there. Just, down where you came from.
This way.
Yeah. Shit. Someone's awake. Yeah, just go back up the stairs there. Not those stairs. The ones into Erden Chapel. And, like, literally right across the way. Back up into Cathedral Ward. Oh, you gotta pull the dongle. Why are you being so weird with this guy? Run around him and shoot him and hit him. You're like you're Bo Jacksoning him. That's what you do.
I just wanted to see him have a good time.
Yeah, he had a good time.
Yeah, he looked like he was enjoying himself, so.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
Oh.
He had a bunch. Uh-oh. You can get that guy to come in with a pebble. You lock onto him. Oh no, he's coming in anyway. It may be about time to repair a thing again. If you die again. It's not a worry yet, I'm sure you're still good, but yeah, this is like a sprint across and just get underneath them. You don't have to go in that room, you just have to get underneath those dudes up top.
And then which, peel off to the left or right?
Like right, either way, just don't go in the door. I mean, you can go in the, you're gonna go in the door eventually. Don't chase that, don't chase that yet. Don't chase that yet. Don't.
Ah, I won't.
I want you to go down there, but just not yet.
Got it. I'm not going yet.
You're doing good. They put that. It's such a good game design. They put that thing to get you to deliberately fall off there. And there's, I don't know. As far as I can tell, unless you're really leveled up, no, don't go down there either. That's just the other side of where you just chase that thing.
That's equal death.
They put an item down there. They want to entice you to go down there. So now you just gotta get rid of these guys. So I would try and draw them out one at a time. You have now found yourself back in the middle of the room.
Ah!
Don't let that asshole push you off. What do you got left in there? Might have a gunner. Yeah.
I do have a gunner.
On your left. The fucking Axl Rose beast.
Yeah, it was like Slash.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I meant. Slash.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Stuff on these guys.
Just take your time. You don't have to run through these sections. You just like assess each kind of level. Not anything too crazy in here, but you need to.
Did I use my spyglass?
No, definitely not. You really never need to use that ever.
Seems like a moment where I would need my little spyglass.
Oh my god, that would stress me out. Okay, so
I love that. That's my favorite.
there is a way to use your spyglass if you actually had to run past him. Run! Run in there.
I just
That's
love
so
the
funny.
laugh. I love it
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
crazy.
That maniacal old man with a gun.
There. Alright, stay here. Stop for a second.
Where's the
watch
guy
the door.
that's coming?
He's coming. He's coming. Watch the door.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he turned. You didn't capture his attention.
I didn't get the.
Don't fall. Don't fall.
I
Don't
know.
fall. All right, here he comes. There. Get out of there. Oh
Nope,
no.
I'm dead.
You get yourself in a precarious situation.
Hmm. sure did, buddy. Nobody
Those are,
cares.
those are your farm animals.
I'll
You
get back
died to
there.
your farm animal. Yeah, no
I'll get back
worries.
there, no problem. What? Oh, right. Over here to the right.
Yeah, lift the thing up. You were basically at the top of that, by the way. There wasn't a ton more that you could do in this way. Hey, you're just running by people. How about that?
Oh, it's you. I
Don't
thought you
fall
were
off.
dead.
You definitely want to get your blood blood echoes back. So don't. There, he dropped a quicksilver bullets or something too. So just make sure you pick those up. Blood vials.
Come on, I can't get a lock. Would not grant me a lock there, bro. That gun guy, that's the most dangerous to me.
For sure. Get it. Gun slash.
Gun slash. Yo!
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, it feels like my weapon is like not doing the same output.
Yeah, well, you're also getting to higher level enemies. So it's probably a combination of it needing maybe a little repair and all. No, you're in the right place. Up the steps.
And also just kind of sloppiness in general.
A little bit, but not too bad. Gotta watch out for a machine gun dude here.
There's our other friend. Here he is, sword guy. I'm not wanted here?
You're not wanted here, yeah. You're a hunter. Part of the workshop. They don't want you here. Alright, just stay in this door and let him see you. In this room is a better place to fight him. And then you can parry him here. And that's... Go hit him. And he's basically done. So your blood echo should be out there on the ground. To the left there. You do have a couple of gun dudes to shoot, but just don't fall off.
Wow!
Yeah, he hit hard. That guy actually has your blood echoes too, so you just gotta kind of run over there and smack him off. Alright, go, go! You shot. You gotta reload. Alright, there you go, you got him back. And no, go back and pick up those items back there.
Did I miss stuff? Ah.
Right there. Alright, you're good there. Well, maybe there's something on the other side. I don't remember. Just don't fall down anywhere. That's my only advice. I think there is something over here, maybe. Oh, no, it just goes in a circle. You're just back where you started. Just go up the ladder. You gotta go to the outside of it. I know, just be careful. Don't jump off.
I like that little shimmy over.
You're in the workshop here. I mean, this is the...
Yeah, well, what am I about to lose everything to a boss right now? That's what I'm expecting. I'm kind of a really nasty bastard in here, but...
I'm not the workshop, the healing church. This is the healing church workshop is where you are.
Alright. Well, let's...
Yeah, I mean, be careful in here. You have a machine gun guy.
Yes,
You have a...
there.
I think you don't have anything too crazy in there, but like you just have to make sure that you don't get too stagnant. The sky and the cosmos are one. The choir, so that's the church choir. That's a line from them. The sky and the cosmos are one.
All right. Okay. Now these guys have to blow fire at me.
Nice dodge. That can get you stun locked and kill you. So that's actually the
Fire.
most dangerous part. That's the most dangerous part of that fight right there, actually. Alright, so this is, I want to just draw your attention to this part again, because we're moving up in an area again. Sort of. But you run into another room. Oh, there's a chest. Favorite item in the game. Alright.
Really?
Oh, yes.
That is your favorite item in
You
the
can
whole
read it.
game of Bloodborne. All right,
Yeah.
let's do that.
That and the shield for very different reasons.
It's part of what? Where are the badges?
Right there, right there. Keys, yeah. Radiant Sword Hunter badge. One of the badges crafted by the Healing Church, where you are now. Radiant Sword indicates the heirs to the will of Ludwig. It's basically the founder of the Healing Church workshop, Healing Church. These hunters, also known as Holy Blade, are what remains of an ancient line of heroes that date back to the very early age of honor and chivalry. So, this is basically the actual Ludwig badge. Kind of got a badge very similar to this off of the cleric beast, you know, who basically jumps down. If you remember, he jumps down from this area. He jumps down from Cathedral Ward onto the bridge to fight you, which I think is interesting because it's all kind of part of the same like Healing Church lore. But this is specific to Ludwig,
Really
and it opens up items to purchase in the shops.
right. Looking forward to that.
So that's basically the deal with this one. Found it, you get some more items. No, we got one more room to go into back here. Up the stairs. So, again, I want you to take note. Here is another room filled to the brim with incense that's burning, protecting a door that is locked. This one isn't locked forever. It's locked now. Nothing you can get into now. We're going to go down.
Going down, you say?
We're going down.
Should I jump?
You gotta go over to the ladder. Yeah. And then you're gonna go grab. Be careful here, by the way.
Yeah.
Ugh. Sometimes. Alright. The other way around, I think, but you might be able to do a full circle. You're basically going back inside and back down the stairs. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, listen to what's going on out there.
I know, it's so cool.
Hear that?
You're up. I mean, you can look down on the city of Yarnum here, basically. It's so good, right? It's just so good.
Sometimes I just have to take a break and do this.
I do it all the time. You gotta take a knee. Gotta take a knee.
Look at how splattered I am.
I know, yeah, you got me covered. Down to the left there is the stairs. No, take as many knees as you want. I do it every time I play this. I'm like, this world. Alright, now you're going back out. And don't cross that bridge. Go back around. either way, really.
No, I want to go
We're
down
gonna
this hall.
we're gonna go down there now. I
Am I
mean,
gonna
you can
get?
go back and
Should I get rid of my? Should I?
yeah, you can. There's items on there. It's up. And now what you can do if you go back to the Hunter Extreme, level up, which I think you'll probably have to take one. Oh, I'm extremely. Oh, that's because you ran past him. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You might have to use one cold blood dude, but yeah, you can go level up. And then just basically, and if you go around the left side, when you go across the bridge, that's where that little crystal lizard was.
Right.
Also, look at all the incense in here. Like, basically every level you're going up, they're like, we are protecting things from getting up to us.
Right.
Very much a social class issue.
Oh wait, I'm down here.
Oh, 20,000. Yeah. Okay.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's square onto that. Oh yeah, a trick weapon. Ludwig's Holy Blade, a trick weapon typically used by healing church hunters. It is said that the silver sword was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter of the church. When transformed, it combines with its sheath to form a great sword.
Oh, wow.
The healing church workshop began with Ludwig and departed from old Gehrman's techniques to provide hunters with the means to hunt more terrifying beasts, perhaps things still worse. There's a specific mention to Gehrman in here, which I think is interesting. It suggests basically a split from the healing church and the hunter's dream, where you are hunting here. You're a pale blood hunter of the hunter's dream. But yeah, this is basically saying they split because they needed things that could fight more terrifying beasts. So this is a very cool sword, and
I want it.
Maybe of all time. I just love it. I think it's my favorite.
I want it.
I mean, you can either go ahead and do some cold blood and get it. You could probably level it all the way up at this point. If you wanted to do cold blood and get up to 20,000, you could do that.
Oh fuck! Do you think it's worth it?
Well, I mean, you're gonna be spending them eventually. It's kind of up to you.
Grind now or grind later, right?
Yeah, that's a personal choice. I don't like, you know how I am. We play Pokemon, and you're like, why is he using all these items? Otherwise, you're gonna like finish the game. You're gonna have like 200 cold blood dudes. So, whatever. I don't know if you have enough. You probably do. These
are worth what?
I think those are like 1,000 each. Maybe 1,500.
What happened? Oh.
You gotta go to this. Alright. Okay. I think you're gonna have just enough if you use it. Might as well. You'll get more. I promise you.
What's the difference between these two items?
Well, one says thick cold blood 5 and one is 6.
Oh.
So they're levels of cold blood. So if like 3 gave you 1,500 each, so that actually did give you. Oh my god! I think you're gonna be
short.
I'm worried you're gonna be just short.
Damn it! Why am I doing this? Why am I like?
I think you should still use it. I think it's going to give you 5,000, and then you just have to go farm a couple of thousand. 3,600. Okay.
I got that.
Yeah, so you
got that
you
in
gotta
like
go.
3 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta go get 3,000. A little bit, whatever. Yeah, I mean it's it's one of those things you just get out of the way. You stop worrying about it if you want to use that weapon or give it a try, which I think would be fun tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really combines, I think, what you like about the Kirk hammer. Because you don't really hammer much. I mean, you have you sword.
I forget I have the damn thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you would forget it as much with the other one. You got to remember that L1 is your transform attack. If you ever want to do like attack, transform. Right? And you can transform back too. It does a lot of damage. I mean, let's be honest. It's also very satisfying. Oh. But it's slow is the problem, is it's slow. That's what I like about Ludwig's, is that it's not really slow. Even in its bigger form, it's slower, it's not as slow.
Right.
As the... This is a very high stamina cost weapon. Don't forget you have your jump attack, dude. I like the Kirk hammer specifically as a hammer for its jump attack. It's a long jump attack. If you equip that thing, like L1 now, lock on and jump attack. Never mind. It's already too close to you. Act Old Faithful.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with that hammer, son. I'm a nimble little sword dude, you know?
Yeah. You're definitely much more effective with it. And who knows, maybe you'll really like just a quicker weapon in general. Gets me excited for you to find the blades of mercy. He did drop an item, by the way. Alright, up to 18,992. You're right there. Oh, that beautiful stamina. Alright, you hit your mark.
Did I?
You're right there. But
I'm gonna need some loot to upgrade this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. I'll clear out this area.
Yeah. I think you do. I think it costs money.
Bro.
Forget you can always torch these assholes.
That's true.
I mean, make them scared of you. That was the one that you pick up. Oh, you picked up a gemstone. Oh, two of them. Nice. I just might as well kill a couple more. And then... I think it should have you covered. Alright. I think that's... Wow. Oh, there's an item down there. Oh, never mind. That's a person. Solid green is people. Yeah, I think that's probably 13. That should get you up high enough to be able to level it up if you want to use it.
Oh yeah. I think this is the most blood echoes I've ever carried at once.
Yes. That's why I say just get there, and that way you don't have to think about it anymore.
It's peanuts too, right?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, yeah. It's worse than Elden Ring. Holy moly. Like, I remember when I was like, oh my god, how am I going to ever get to like 20,000? And I think now it takes like 370 something thousand for me to level up my weapon. A lot of ways. See if you can go equip that or go level it up too. You're in your gun side.
Oh,
You gotta replace the axe with it, yeah.
Oh boy, that's a great
It's got
combo.
a little bit more range too than the Kirk hammer does, and it's
That's what I need, a little extra range.
Right, and then
oh, mama.
It's got great transform attacks too. It's got a super good jump R2 as a heavy. It's so good. Yeah, and the fact that you can backstab from either one, big deal. Ah, it's such a good weapon. And it's also just cool as shit looking.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Alright. See if we can level this thing up. Yeah, so we'll see how, because it takes 200, 260. You do have to pay some to level it up, but I think you'll be fine. Yeah, you gotta level it up as much as you have your Kirk hammer, you know? I think you're gonna like this one. Yeah, oh, it's also got the double spot gemstone, so that's some good ones. Don't do poor man's. Yeah, 30.
Where do
yeah,
how do we order these?
So basically, it's already ordered them for you, so just kind of keep going down until you're plus 40. So physical attack up plus 1.4, plus 40 to damage. That's the Kirk hammer. Yeah. You can unequip that and put that on yours if you want. It's up to you.
What's physical attack right now? Okay.
Physical up, charge attack. But you can also put 2 on this. You just have to scroll down. Scroll down to the ones that have the little 2 next to the... Okay, so I would do any one of those. What's the sharp one? Do that
Strength scaling?
Strength scaling is...
What does that mean?
If you have like a real strength weapon, you would want to put that on there.
Uh-huh.
Charge up rate tags. That one, no, I wouldn't do any of those. I would do the...
Attack up ×2?
Physical attack is pretty good. That's a pretty good one, and you can honestly put one very similar to that on the other. Yeah, so you can get that to 43. Whichever that one that showed plus 43 on physical. Yeah, that's your Huckleberry right there. HP continues to recover. That's honestly not that worth it. You can do that. It's still, you might. I mean, it's only -1 from that, but it's minus 0.3%. I would just do the Timbering Blood Gem too. Yeah. Now you got 2 blood gems on it. You're good to go give it a little look-see.
Yeah, let's give it a little spin.
You can either do like, yeah, how are you gonna go?
I'm gonna do my old Yarnum run. Just watch it see how it carves through these guys. I really dig
and again, I think you'll actually find yourself using with this one the actual greatsword mode too. So that's a good combination of both, depending on what you're trying to do. But the greatsword does a lot of staggers, like even on bigger enemies.
Mm-hmm. You're speaking my language.
Yeah. And it's still pretty quick, like a lot quicker than.
Wow.
Well, not if you charge it up.
That charge takes a long time.
Yeah, that's really only used if you absolutely behind like an enemy. They either can't see you or like a very slow one. Look at the range on that thing.
I feel like I'm just strolling. Ooh.
I decide if we should like just end with you fooling around with this thing. It's probably for the best. It's been about 2 hours. Yeah. It's about 1:30 here.
Yep.
So I think go fool around with it for another minute and then call it. I was gonna have you potentially go down through the slums of Yarnum.
Ha!
You really got yourself right in the middle.
Yep, just getting cocky. Find the pain in the ass.
There you go.
Cool. Just put myself in this shit. Just to see how
you're
that
just
goes.
like, these guys don't faze me anymore, so why
No.
should I even care?
Yeah, I just wanted to be like, I want to go back to, I want to go back to all the, like, the zombie parade.
Oh my god, yeah.
Go back to the fire, you know?
You still have to respect it. It's crazy to think about that, but like,
I bet.
you can't. It's just so many dudes at once. And if you don't respect it, then like you can get overwhelmed very quickly.
Right. That's so cool. So, well, yeah,
right.
You got anything else for me, or is that gonna do it for this?
I thought that was fantastic. I mean, again, you proved once again that coming back to these games after getting frustrated with the boss, it usually works out pretty well. Like just to take a break from it and like come back with a fresh mind.
Right.
and getting through that was honestly pretty quick. And like that last fight you had with it was, man, my heart was just pounding. I was like, yes, get it. And I was getting really excited because you had really kind of gotten the rhythm down with that boss.
Yeah, and my thing was at the end, like my throat started to swell and my heart was pounding out of my chest and my hands were sweating.
Yeah.
And at somewhere along the line, maybe in that last like 20% of that health bar, I just stopped breathing completely.
Whatever it was, it worked.
I was holding my breath and I just kept telling myself, like, just slow down. Like, don't go after it. Just let them come to you. Let the moment be right.
Yeah, it was spot on. It was great to watch. And you of course made your way around, got the monocular, which is one of my favorite items, and the healing church workshop. That's not a huge area, but I really love it anyway. And I don't want you to feel, even though I've made it abundantly clear that I love Ludwig's Holy Blade, do not feel married to that weapon. You know, just pick whatever you want. I will pass no judgment. You do not have to use what I love the most because I'm softy for it.
Yeah, but you're right though. You know, you had the right idea. Because you know, I can already like it doesn't feel as comfortable as the Kirk hammer to me just because I've used it so much. But at the same time, it feels like it's designed for the range that I'm expecting. I'm like, okay, now yeah. I'm hitting where I think I should be hitting.
That it's a little slower.
Yeah.
Than the Kirk hammer's short. Then this Kirk hammer almost has like a dagger. It's very.
Yeah.
It's very short, but it's very quick. Right. But I think the one problem I have playing with the Kirk hammer is that the juxtaposition, like the difference between the short version and the hammer is just so fast and slow that it just throws me off.
Yeah.
Whereas the Holy Blade is like a little slower on the short side, but much faster when you have it in its greatsword.
Yeah, it feels like a more gentle transition.
Yeah, I just feel like they work better together in general. And so anyway.
Typically speaking, like if I were to watch you play Bloodborne, that's what the weapon I'd catch you using, or?
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten it yet because I always play after you're done streaming because I want to try and make the same path, like go the same path.
Nice.
I already beat. By the way, you never even commented on my little joke.
On your what?
Well, I texted you and I sent you the video and I said, I fought the Bloodstar Beast, but I died on the first time.
Right. Well, now I get to watch you beat it.
Have you not watched me beat it?
I thought you died the first time and that was it. That's the video I saw.
I didn't die. Well, I did, but I think you have to go rewatch it.
You beat that boss?
Yeah, I beat it on the first try, but he poisoned me, and I just didn't heal myself. So yeah.
Oh. You goof.
So I actually, instead of healing myself, like I did an emote. Like right before I died, like I brushed off my cape and then I died.
Oh, nice. What style?
It's just really funny. So
did
even though it was my first
did you know it was about to happen?
Yeah, it's just I was just being stupid. I could have just popped a pill instead of doing all that. I just thought it would be funny. Anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I'm basically right where you started this. I have to go, well, after the fight, I have to go, like, run up and get the monocular and all that stuff, and then go up the Healing Church Workshop, and then I'll get the Ludwig Blade and be right where you are again. I like keeping up with you. It's kind of fun.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
All right, dude.
Another good sesh. Thanks for your time, dude. I had a blast as usual.
It was really good. Really good.
Doubt.
I'm proud of you. And we will do this again soon. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everyone.
Fear the old blood.